Welcome to Stay
And Slay.
with Mel.
And Krissy.
Welcome back, Slayers.
Slayers. Welcome to the chat.
But today we are out with the nature, out with the cicadas.
Oh yeah, they're still out, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a few.
The clouds are so pretty today.
I know, we wanted to be outside because I feel like
It's feeling like spring. I love it.
I feel like it's fall.
I feel like this is giving spring.
That's so
Because
wild.
fall's more chilly and like dark. This is bright and
That's
warm.
true, yeah.
I don't know. I love
I
spring
just-
though. Spring's my favorite.
I just love this time of like summer when
When
it's
it starts
warm.
to change and stuff.
yeah, it's warm, but like you can go outside with a sweatshirt and like
Oh yeah,
you
I've
know,
loved getting
shorts.
back in my oversized hoodies.
Yes,
That's
like,
my favorite.
that's my favorite thing.
Especially because I like majority of my closet is like an oversized hoodie. Oh, we have a story to tell. That's what it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you guys. Can I just say I was having a really anxious day on like what was it? Tuesday?
Yeah.
'Cause I just need like a relaxing like day
Here we go.
with no like I just needed to like get it out instead of recording while I'm mentally like, oh,
Yeah.
cranky. So she came over and we went for a walk and we got Jimmy John's. Mel, do you want to tell them what you did?
Okay.
Accidentally.
I accidentally stole some Dr. Pepper. I asked for a water cup, and I got a Dr. Pepper. Here's the thing. I was gonna get water. I was. Because I had ordered my sandwich. I didn't want a soda. Then I wanted water. And then I went over to the fountain and I saw the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, and I had some Dr. Pepper.
And you got Dr. Pepper. So I got one. And as we turn around, the lady goes, well, I shouldn't say lady, I should say girl. Because this girl was like in high school.
Right.
She was like, next time you get a water cup, you need to get water.
And Mel said, okay. And she said, let's go. And we get in the car and she's like, that didn't just happen. I'm like, no, Mel, you literally said, let's go. And she was like, oh my God.
Jimmy John's lost
They
like
could've
5
called-
cents. I'm
But they
sorry.
could have called the police.
They could have, and I'm sorry. It's not like I do this every day. Like
It's actually
it's not like I run around like taking soda from different restaurants. This was just like a one-time thing.
Yeah,
That was
well,
really
yeah.
humbling. A lot of humbling
You
things
live
have
and you
happened to me.
learn, right? And like, I guess like for you, like just the next time you ask for a water cup, get water.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she said.
All I can do
Like
is
she said.
learn.
Right. I feel like this somehow relates to what we want to talk about today.
Okay, what do we want to talk about today, Krissy?
I feel like your whole life you hear that cheesy little saying that's like actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
But I don't know about you, but lately, I would say in the last year, maybe from January on, I've been really like experiencing actions speaking louder than words and like actually like realizing why people say that because it's so true.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's one of the best things to live by when you're trying to create boundaries and like have only good people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could sit here all day and tell someone like I love you, you're my best friend, like whatever.
Yeah.
But if I'm not treating them like my best friend, like that's a problem. Like
yeah.
actions speak louder than words.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
they do. And I feel like we need to just remind people that that's a thing. Because I think people forget.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about what you're saying, it's about what you're doing.
All of the people that are in my life because we have maybe had like hardships that we've had to like talk through. Like everyone in your life, your family, your friends, you're gonna have disagreements and you're gonna little things, you know. And all you can do is like if you're in the wrong, accept it and work on it and like grow from it.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing in like actions speaking louder than words is accountability.
Accountability, yeah. But like then actually doing what you need to be doing.
Exactly, because I can
to
sit
match
here,
your words to the actions. Like you could say I'm gonna do better, but what are you doing to do better?
Yeah, like I could like punch you and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And then punch me again. And
Yeah,
no, you're not sorry because you did it again.
exactly.
Like, I'm over those kinds of people. I'm over
Exactly.
it.
And even that, like the punching, like that's such a real analogy. I feel like I'm getting punched like once by someone or like, stabbed in the back or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I am the type of person where it's kind of like not necessarily easy to forget. Like, I'll forgive you,
But not forget
but
it.
I won't forget it. And I
Right.
think it takes a while to like earn trust back. I think it's good to like have faith and trust in,
Right.
new friends that you make.
Right, right.
But if people show you that you shouldn't trust them, then you need to listen to that.
Right. Like, you can't really have like a successful relationship with somebody without trust.
Yeah.
So if they're showing you that you can't trust them, then why are you wasting your time?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I feel like that's like what it comes down to. Wait, I actually just saw a TikTok that um this girl was just saying the highest form of love is consideration.
Yeah.
And like that's so true because like I guess for me like if I'm not being considered, like my feelings, like then that person just does not care about me because
No.
they're showing me that they did not consider me and making those plans and like leaving me out of it, or
Yeah.
like just like considering how like saying that one thing would make me feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
Like if they're not considering you, you're not a priority to them.
Yeah.
Like you're just not. And I guess I'm just at the point where we're just too old to like have drama and feel certain ways about certain friends. Like if
Yeah.
they're not making you feel good, stop
Not
wasting
worth
your
it.
time.
Yeah.
We're way too old to like sit around and wait for someone to change.
Yeah.
And wait for someone to treat you
Exactly.
the right way, even if you've known them your whole life. Like I
Yeah.
feel like it's so hard to it's always easier said than done, but it's so hard to let go of someone that's been in your life for so long.
Yeah.
But like if they're not treating you right and they're punching you continuously, like life is too short.
Yeah.
Like enjoy life with the people who enjoy you and
Yeah.
consider you and like.
And I think this is something very important to remember, especially because this is a mental health podcast.
Right, right.
I think it's okay to like outgrow people and realize that people aren't good for you.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have like healthy communication about it.
Right.
I think that like
this is why I'm closing this door.
yeah, and sometimes you don't always get that, and that's okay. And I
Right.
think if you don't get that, people just need to remember like it's okay to be cordial with people. Like if a friendship ended and it kind of ended weird, but nothing bad really happened, there's no bad blood. There's no
Right.
beef. Like
Yeah.
what's the point of that,
Right.
Life's too short.
Right.
And also, some people are just better off not being friends, not being in a relationship. Like it's fine.
Right.
It's fine. There's so many people on this earth. You have to have
Right.
more experiences to find the people that make you whole.
Right. Fill your cup.
Yeah.
Like I've said it over and over again this year, but when a door closes, like a bigger one opens. And like
Yeah.
anytime I've like focused on like if somebody, their actions aren't matching their words or they're just making me feel so bad about myself and I realize like it's time to let go of it.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I've let go this year, so much like happiness and beautifulness have like entered my life. Like and it's like I can almost see like the flow of the universe. Like
Yeah.
and it's almost like the more I've done it and the more I've practiced it, the more like love I have for myself and the more joy like life has brought me because I'm
Yeah.
actually sitting here and like doing the work. Like
Yeah.
what is fulfilling me, what's not. Like who should I be spending my time with? Who should I be prioritizing? Because you could sit there and focus on somebody who's not treating you right for so long and forget about all the people who are.
Yeah.
And that's not fair to those people. So when I realized that too, like, oh, I could sit here and be so sad that this friend isn't treating me right and like beg them to stay in my life and, work so hard on the friendship that's one-sided. when I'm
Right.
ignoring all these people who care so deeply for me and do
Yes.
prioritize me, and I'm not doing the same back. So once I started just spending time with the right people who do prioritize me and do fill my cup, like life just has changed for the better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
It's like it's such a slay move. It's scary. It's easier said than done. But if somebody's actions don't match their words, it's time for them to go.
Yeah.
Like, you need people who consider you and fill you, and you do the same for them.
It's like you said just a little bit ago, it's so much easier said than done.
Right, it is.
Like, losing friendships is like,
it's never easy.
it's, oh my God, it's so painful. It's like a breakup. It's
right.
like
It's
losing.
worse than a breakup,
It's
honestly.
worse than a breakup.
But because it's not a breakup, it's kind of like swept under the rug almost.
Exactly.
When those emotions are like 10 times more intense.
And it's okay to acknowledge that something isn't for you.
Right.
And then be able to grieve it and be upset about it.
You
It's
can.
okay.
And like, I think that the biggest thing for me my whole life, and like, I feel like I'm just coming to terms with this, is that like, when I finally started having friends, like, I was so excited to have friends, you know? So it's almost like it was quantity over quality my whole life until now.
Yeah.
Where like, I just wanted everyone to love me and I wanted to love everyone. But in reality, like, you can love somebody and let them go and still love them. You can love them from afar.
Yeah.
And that is okay. Like, and you almost have to get to the point where you're okay with being the villain in their story. And still, like, you can love someone unconditionally and let them out of your life and love them unconditionally from afar.
Of their show.
I think I'm definitely the villain in a few people's stories.
For
for doing what's best for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Which does suck because I believe I'm a good person, but
yeah. I mean, it never feels good to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
I've hurt people before,
and you never want to be the girl that's causing the drama just for speaking how you're feeling.
And I've hurt people. People have hurt me.
Right.
Like,
it's life.
It's life.
It's life, and I think it's.
But you need to. But
you can't be scared of being hated. You just can't.
But here's the thing. Like, there's a difference between. Okay, like, I know I've hurt people, and I'm not just saying, yeah, like, I'm a heartbreaker. I've hurt people. No.
Yeah.
I know that I have.
That's the worst.
I know that my actions have affected people's feelings in a negative way, and I have acknowledged that and worked on it and become a better person.
Right.
That's all you can do.
Right.
That's all you can do. And I think I know I talk about Love Island every episode. I don't care. But like,
she does not care. She's going to do it again.
I'm going to do it again. I just think that a lot of the people on that show, every time there was an issue, even when emotions were heightened, I feel like everyone was able to like come down, like sleep on it, come down to earth and be like,
and come back.
I understand that your emotions were heightened, and like, or a lot of people like Cordell and Serena, like, I feel like they both took accountability, and it can happen with friendships too. Like, if, you know, you guys have a riff, but someone, you know, hurts your feelings. Like, okay, I actually just saw this TikTok. This girl, you know those TikToks where people are like, put a finger down if, and they tell a story. So long story short, she basically was saying that she basically started like fighting her friend at the bar because she didn't want to go home.
Right.
And like they were at all the Vanderpump bars actually. Okay. And I guess Kristen, if you're a Bravo person, Kristen Doty told her to go home. So that says a fucking lot. Like, damn. Like, told her she was that drunk she needed to go home. And then she started fist fighting her friend because she didn't want to go home. And then she was saying that the next day she just kept like apologizing and apologizing and apologizing. And I just was like, the amount of people that I have also had to deal with that has just done so many like insane things while they're drunk, and then it's like the next day it's just never talked about. I think that's another thing.
That's
like
communication.
I think yes, communication, but also like when there's like drinking involved, obviously like you don't drink and I'm not a big drinker, but like in college when there was drinking involved all the time, it's like
it was messy.
People just go crazy.
Right.
Go crazy. And that's the thing. I think we're just in a different phase of life.
Right. Make it a very big rule to never argue or even have those important conversations with somebody who's drinking. Like, I'll wait till you sober up, and then we'll talk about what happened, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's just, like, something that I've kind of always lived by, because you get nowhere when you fight with a drunk person.
Yeah, for real.
So, I don't know. I know, like, a lot of crazy things happen for people's relationships when they're, you know, having a night out, and then, you know, like, their boyfriend does this to another girl, and they're like, oh, like, fighting about it. Like, no, don't fight here. Fight in the morning when you slept on it and you're sober. And it's just like, I feel like a lot of people forget to do that, because if you don't, it can get messier and it can explode, like, even more than it needed to.
I feel like this is going to sound, like, philosophical.
No, you are philosophical.
But I feel like...
Deliver, Mel. Deliver.
I feel like in life, you need to just take the time to focus on your inner peace and, like, figure out your, like, inner equilibrium.
Wow, that's a big word.
And, like...
That's a really big word.
You just can't let these people affect you so easily. That's the thing. Like, I feel like I used to get so offended by little things that people would say. I
wanted to bring this up.
Whatever, but it's like, I'm at peace with myself that it's like, if something really does affect me and bother me, I'm gonna, like, kind of think about it for a second and then talk to you. Like, I'm not gonna explode anymore.
I actually wanted, when I was thinking about this topic, when we decided, like, this is what we were gonna talk about.
Yeah.
I was thinking about how, like, back in the day, when I'd always make up excuses for, like, people's actions.
Yeah.
It always came down to how I am a very sensitive person. I take the littlest things to heart.
Yeah.
And think that, like, oh, they did that purposely to hurt my feelings. Like, you know, simply, like, sitting by somebody else, like, that would hurt my feelings.
Right,
so, like, for a long time, like, I would excuse, like, people who weren't treating me right, because I'm like, no, I'm just overthinking, I'm sensitive, it's my anxiety. And, like, I've gotten to the point where I've handled my anxiety so well that I can tell when it's me overthinking and me taking it personal, versus, like, no, they are intentionally, like, doing this to me to hurt me.
If someone hugged everyone and didn't hug me, I think that in the past, I would probably, like, get pissed and be like, what the fuck, that person's a bitch.
I just cry myself to sleep,
You know, but now it's just like, all right, I don't care. Like, I don't care about little things like that. I don't know. Like, it's just when you're younger, I think it's so much easier to focus on, like, little things and, like, nitpick and start fights and friendships and relationships, but it's not worth it.
And I feel like what I'm trying to get across with, like, bringing that up is just, like, it's okay to be a sensitive person, and it's okay to, like, get upset sometimes about silly things because you're sensitive. For sure. It is so okay.
I do, for sure.
But never excuse someone's behaviors for the way your brain works. Like, I had a friend, whenever we get an argument, it was always, you have anxiety. Like, this is your anxiety. It was never like, no, I am a bad friend. I am doing this too. I'm sorry. It was always, my anxiety was the issue. It was not the way she treats me.
Yeah.
And then that just made me feel worse about myself. But I finally gotten to the point where I understand my anxiety so well that I know that's not the problem.
Well, and, you know, I've had people say that to me too, that, like, I react to things because of my anxiety. Like, yeah, obviously, duh. But, like, you can't use my mental illness against me.
Right. Like, and I'm almost sad for the old version of me that didn't realize what was going on there.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I would be like, you're right. Like, I have problems. Like, I'm so anxious. Like, what's wrong with me?
What do I need to do to fix it? But here's the thing. There's a line. Because the line is, okay, yes, maybe I could react a little differently.
I could cry about it. Like, that's so sad.
I know. But, like, here's the thing. I think you have to take time to reflect.
And I've done that.
Yes, if a lot of people are telling you something, you need to take the time to reflect. But there's the line of, like, how is that person treating me? So that's the thing. Yes, you have taken the time to reflect, and you don't overreact to
Right,
things,
like,
but
I
it's
know it's
okay to
not
still
me.
be sensitive to things. Is the
Right,
difference.
right. And
It's
I,
okay to have feelings. All this is the thing. All feelings are valid. It's
the
the
behavior,
behavior and the way
yeah.
that you react
It's
to
the
things. It's the
actions, yeah.
actions. It's down. That's always what it comes down to at
Right.
the end of the day.
I like am not kidding you though, like I am one of the most sensitive people I know.
Yeah.
And when I was younger it was like 10 times worse. Like my I used to cry at every family dinner. I'm not kidding you, I didn't miss a dinner. My dad it got to the point where my dad would be like, Krissy didn't cry yet, and I would just go storm off and cry.
Oh my
Because I
God.
was so sensitive, like, and I still am.
Yeah.
Like, like I come from a big family, like, if everyone's they make plans without me all the time, and I'll be like, what the heck? Like, do I just forget I exist? Like,
Yeah.
but I know it's not personal. It's just like there's so much going on all the time.
Yeah.
But I take it personal because I'm a sensitive little girl.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And that's okay, right?
Like, it's
yeah.
okay to be sensitive. Like, let's all come together and let's
Right.
just hug each other.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like,
And then I think I've like loved to say this lately, but like to be loved is to be known.
right.
Because then it's
No,
like,
it's true because the right person will understand I'm sensitive and will
and
like,
we'll like
consider that because consideration is so
Yes.
important. Like,
Yes.
so important.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yes,
Like,
it is, of course.
like seriously. Like, I hope this is speaking to someone, and I
hope so too.
I hope you're reflecting on the relationships in your life and don't let people belittle you. Don't
Also,
let
like,
them.
I really just wanna like say that this is directed towards like all your relationships and
Not
friendships
just-
in your
yeah.
life. Like it's not just romantic. It's not
Romantic.
just like
If anything,
it's like your coworkers,
yeah.
your
Yeah.
like your best friends, the people you meet at school, like everything,
Right.
It's like in the group project when someone says they're gonna get their assignment done
And
and
then
they
they
fucking
don't. Yes. They're like,
okay.
you know,
Damn.
people can promise you the world all they want, but they will never actually give it to you.
Exactly.
Like, you need to just. I think it's just so important for your own being, like, to be focused on things like that all the time.
What's a little thing that somebody in your life does that is an example of actions speak louder than words?
Right, in a good way.
Yeah,
In a good way. Because it doesn't have to be negative. Because we're little optimistic girls.
I do want to say one.
Yeah, give me your example.
Well, Krissy and I are going to a concert together, and
Oh, stop it!
when she bought the concert tickets, so I really don't.
This is so cute.
I really don't like being in crowds. No, she's literally crying.
No, I know.
I really don't like being in crowds, and I didn't like tell Krissy where to buy the tickets or anything.
Right,
And
I just
she's
bought
like,
them.
she's like, I bought seats because I know you don't like being in crowds. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, that made me so
Right.
happy because like when I was younger and I would go to Lala, I would be forced to go in the crowds because all my
Right.
friends wanted
Wanted
to,
to be
and no
in
one
there.
cared. Like, and I would have like full on panic attacks in there. So
Right.
that just made me really happy. I was like, thank you, because you were considering my
Right,
feelings.
like, we'll be in
How I'm
seats.
gonna feel.
People will be spaced apart because they have their own seat.
Yeah,
We'll still be
and we're
having a
gonna
great
we're gonna have an
time.
amazing. Like I'm gonna have a better time that
We're going
way,
to
you
Fred
know?
again. Like, can you tell we're glowing?
We're
so
going to Fred
excited.
again. I'm so excited.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Not to sound like I'm so popular, but a lot of people did want to see Fred again with me.
Yeah.
And I kind of ignored everyone because I was like, well, I'm going with Mel.
Oh my God.
Yeah, where else are we going? We're going to
Um,
Porter Robinson. We're going to Fred again.
Porter Robinson. Well, actually, okay. Let me tell you I do have one concert that you're not
Without
going
me?
to,
Which
without you.
one?
Okay, so I'll start.
Oh my God, I'm hurt. No, I'm
these,
kidding.
these are my next.
Actions speak louder.
I'm going to Pitbull.
Oh, okay, that's stupid. I love that for you, but I don't like Pitbull.
Oh.
I can't stand him.
Oh, Mr. Worldwide. I'm gonna wear a bald cap.
Everyone, you are?
Maybe.
Everyone alive is going to that. Like, literally.
Oh, I know why you don't like it.
And no, I just don't like party music. And he's just famous for all the stuff that played at the frats. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
party music like makes me
T-Pain's gonna be there
cringe.
too. So.
Okay, I saw T-Pain at
But-
Bonnaroo.
Yeah, someone like invited me and it was cheap. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go.
Right.
So I'm going to Pitbull.
And it's right over here.
Yeah.
We live right here.
Going to Pitbull, then Porter Robinson,
Right.
then Fred
the
again.
next day, we're going to Fred again.
Then we're seeing Childish Gambino.
Yes, and a week later, we're seeing John Summit. Which, guys,
wasn't even planned.
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
We're accidentally seeing 4 concerts together, right? That's 4.
It was literally an accident.
Well,
let's start with Porter.
Right, I really wanted to see Porter Robinson, and no one wanted to go with me, and Mel was like, fine, I'll go if you go to see Suicide Boys with me.
Because I listen to Suicide Boys. It's my guilty pleasure.
And I've always wanted to listen to Suicide Boys, but I cannot get myself into it.
I know, and I try. I think, but yeah.
I've tried to have that acquired taste I have.
But then I was like, I don't know how good Suicide Boys would be in concert. So we were like, yeah, okay, so since I'm going to a concert. Yeah, it was expensive. So, and I like Suicide Boys, but I'm not like head over heels, you know. So I was like, okay, what's another concert that we can go to? And then Childish Gambino. I love Childish Gambino. He's always been like very near and dear to my heart my whole life. Like his 2011
Like I remember Heartbeat.
When
I was in like 6th grade.
Backpackers, Bonfire. Like that's
right, Bonfire. Like
because the internet is truly one of the best albums ever made. Ever. It's so good. So I hope I saw him at Lala one year. I hope he plays like some of his old music, but his new album's
is
good.
So good.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely a new era for him. Like it's
very
new different.
era, but I think he has a lot of elements.
Yes, he does. Like, but they're all over the place. Yeah, I already had plans with my 2 friends, Andres and Brian.
Yeah,
because I know they want to hear me say their names. So yeah, Andres and Brian were going to see John Summit on a Thursday night. I do plan on teaching the next morning.
Yeah.
For Childish Gambino too. They're a week apart on a Thursday night.
Yeah, so.
And then Mel just texted me the other day saying her and her friend are gonna go, and we're all in the pit, so we can all meet up.
Yeah.
General Mission Pit. The friends.
Summering the Summit.
Yes.
But my friend that I'm going with, she's like not a raver, so.
Oh my god, I want to meet her so bad.
I know, see Kate.
Kate, I just have the biggest crush on you. I just can't help it. She's like a better friend than half of my friends. She's always commenting on my posts, liking them.
No, I love
She's
her.
so supportive.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your little thing this week? It's been a while.
My little thing
because we had a break week, so.
Yeah. Well, I guess on our break week, actually, I went to Florida with Savannah and Christina, so that was a lot of fun. And then, obviously, that was a little thing. And then this week, I just, like, spent the whole weekend in the city, actually, because Friday I had a wedding.
Right, I've just been, like, literally living there naturally.
Yeah. Friday I had a wedding for my coworker. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Love you guys. How about you? What was your little thing?
I went back to work this week.
Yeah.
I've been seeing all my coworkers after a summer apart, because, we don't.
So crazy.
Which that's been great. I won Staff Olympics.
Staff Olympics?
I won with my team. We won. It was like a bunch of silly little games. They were hard. But I feel like we had a really good, optimistic team.
Yeah.
Like, we cheered each other on. We won. That was so much fun. Everyone knows I'm, a sucker for attention. So, she's like, the winning team, you can get your food first. I, stand up with my trophy. I'm like, let's go, guys. That's us. We won. But my boss, actually, she came up to me and this other lady. We're one and the same. She's just, 20 years older with kids,
Yeah.
We're one and the same, though. We both, we love ourselves so much. We're not humble at all. She comes up to us, she goes, I really want to start, a sunshine committee.
Yeah.
And we both were like, well, we're the perfect two to run it. That's, her way of asking us to run it. So, I get to, come up with ways to, brighten people's days. We're doing, I came up with, Sunshine
cute.
of the Month.
Oh,
so everyone's going to
cute.
nominate a sunshine in their building each month. That was, really optimistic.
Yeah.
And it's just, supposed to help people, love work more, like just be more positive, because that's really important when you work with the kids we work with.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited that like she thought of me to run it.
Yeah.
Because I do like making people's days, and like I do walk into work like I can't wait to make people smile today.
I know, I love
so,
that.
So like I'm just really excited to run that and come up with like cute little things for Sunshine Club and bring everyone together.
Krissy's the perfect person.
I love my coworkers. I wish we did more together. So I feel like it'll be a good way to like get everyone together more. Because it's easy when you're at work to be complaining.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So it's going to be a great time. I'm excited.
Thanks for watching. Stay.
And slay.
With Mel.
And Krissy. And as always,
stay vibrant.
Bye-bye.